Hello there. Welcome to the Hollows Inc. Today, I decided to do some drawings of my girl, Jenny Ghost. Let's start. So, what I'm thinking is maybe a quick portrait, that's a nice angled look of how she's going to look like. Though, of course, to most people, she's not going to be very interesting, not too unique, but that is okay. Because by the end of the day, it's her personality, her adventures, which is going to make her memorable than any other character in existence. So, it would be nice if people would recognize her by her look as well. Now, what do I have for you today? Besides another drawing session here. I mean, if you came from my warm up video, which by the way, there's more warm up videos, techniques than that. I can show you more, but that should be enough just for now, just to get your hand warmed up. The whole point is to get your hand warmed up for any upcoming drawing lessons, follows, anything really. It's always good to warm your hand up, get your mind set in place. It's like working out or preparing to cook. In the kitchen, you prepare the ingredients. You get your tools, such as a knife, cutting board, anything that requires it. I'm pretty sure you're gonna cut things, or maybe you just boil some stuff. Either way, whatever is required, a spatula, a spoon, doesn't matter. Sorry if I'm going on a tangent again. That's just how I roll. I will get to my point. Such as the topics for today. Let me talk about. Alrighty, so for today's topics, let's talk about a little bit of my character, Jenny Ghost. So, overall, as a story writer, I'm not very good at it. Still new at the field. Do I have an experience? To be honest, no. But it won't stop me from making attempts. Such as my upcoming, hopefully, when things go well and I keep persisting and getting better overall with my animations. Because I'm hoping to make it as an animation. If not, comics, maybe even as a motion craft. But not the point. The point is, I have an upcoming series that I'm hoping to present. But technically speaking, I shouldn't really announce projects like this. But in many ways, I want to be held responsible and motivate. And you motivate me, you the viewer, my future friend, can help me, be responsible for any goals I would like to have here. The title, I'm not the best at title making. I'm calling it the Parkour Girl series, or the Parkour Girl, about a girl doing parkour. But here's my, obviously the synopsis, the main reel is that while she's learning, Jenny, as she's learning parkour, she goes the wrong path, and she accidentally falls into this alley filled with gangsters doing a deal. She ruins it, and she gets chased. Now, Owen and I, even to this day, it's still relatively under development, but I have a good idea on how this is going to go. I'm still deciding because here's the thing, Jenny is not a thief. What most likely is that for sure she despises injustice. She'll most likely act because of that. But probably she doesn't want to deal with these criminals this early on. After all, she's very young. How young? I admit I'm almost there. For sure, I'm thinking she's maybe either regular school or even middle school. Now, why that young? Well, I want her to grow up in front of your eyes, so you can really learn to, you see this girl just wanting to do things, mess up, has her hero's journey, and as she grows up, you get to watch her grow up into this wonderful woman. I'm trying not to give too much information about her actual journey is, but this is a beginning because, believe it or not, this is a bit of a spoiler, but it will be announced at the very beginning that she's not entirely human. She has this DNA that's basically a cousin. It is a cousin to the human race. But she has the appearance of humans, and there's a huge, there's an explanation on why that's so. Again, I'm not trying to give too much information, but enough to get you interested. But of course, everyone who encounters her just thinks she's human. But when for example, she recovers quite quickly, or she's able to have certain natural resistances to certain poisons and such, they'll be wondering how is she able to, not die from that because of her ancestry. Okay. 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 Now, I don't remember. I should have done a quick review of my video from before. But I think I mentioned about my cartoony style of that I'm planning to use. And I wish my phone would stop turning off on me. I'm sorry. I said that I wish my phone stopped turning off on me. My notes are there. Yeah. I mean, overall, I'm keeping these videos relatively raw, almost as if I'm doing like a pseudo live stream. So that would be awesome to do a live stream and have you interact with me, ask me questions, and tell me if you like my story idea or not. Like, hey, this is bogus. You ripped this from this, and that. Like, oh, I'm sorry. As much as I do love like stories, and I do watch a lot of shows and such, I actually don't read that much, and I didn't get to see every single manga. I meant to say anime. Growing up, I did seen and read a decent portion amount, including Bleach, Naruto, and some others. Though I never liked One Piece. This is kind of controversial, and a lot of people are going to dislike me for this, but I never could wrap my head around that. It's very confusing. I tried. It's not my cup of tea. But people swear on it. And I'm very sorry if I offend you just now. But just so you know, I tried. It's no Dragon Ball. Let's just say that. So I should really start speeding up my drawing a little bit because I have this tendency to hyper focus on the details, clean up a little too much when I shouldn't. So let me just speed this up a little bit faster. Also, I do her colors on a little bit. There you go. Now, if anyone's wondering, how do I know where the collarbone is? Well, there are mental measurements that I do. Perhaps to show how I do it. But truth be told, it's relatively simple. So these anchor points are where the collarbone connects. And instead of a straight line like so, It's more almost like an oval. So that's why it dips down. If you look at your own collarbone, it's not perfectly straight, though there are some people who are, but it depends on the angle of how you look at it, or in most cases, it's actually coming down like so. And you'll have this little dip here to the neck. The neck muscle, very, very lightly, not too much. But yeah, I'm doing a more older version of my character, Jenny Ghost. So, if you're told, if I can finish my journey on the color aspect, she will look even better. So I'm just doing the mere minimum basics of where everything should be, where her lips are. She'll look way better in color, but I'm not there yet. Perhaps I'm not hoping I will. Oop, almost had it. There we go. We're very simple, basic and simple. Like Master Wong always says. He always says basic and simple. Anyway, you're right. Truth be told, I do have there's one particular hairstyle I really like. I like to do another layer for the hair, for the record, because if I mess up on the hair and I erase it, it'll destroy all of this. So digitally, for sure, it's much easier to have that kind of changes without destroying your entire art, your entire drawing. Or traditionally, of course, you gotta be much more careful. Anyway, a good pro tip is put this horizontally and see how that works. Technically speaking, I can get away with this, but I want to make sure everything looks good. So let me just fix it now. Fix this angle right here. Remember about the whole elbow thing I mentioned in my previous video. Oops, sorry. No more we're doing it. Okay. That was kind of bad. I am so sorry about that. Oh, right. I completely forgot. The merge with this program. Okay, we'll just fix it. That's another thing about digitally as well, is that if you're not paying attention, like I did, that happened to me just now, you can easily make too much, it's more easy to draw on the wrong layer, and you have to either undo it and do all over again. Do what I just did, merge it. But if, say, for example, you're drawing the hair and you do that, you're destroying everything. It's a practice. It's something you gotta keep in mind as you go. Honestly, I've been doing more practice with my anatomy lately, but that's not an excuse. Though. I should really continue practicing and being mindful of what you learn. Anyway, so Jenny Ghost, as I mentioned, despises injustice. And in her story, she basically most likely messes up a deal that the gangsters are having, and so she has to deal with them for a little while, maybe 2 or 3 seasons length. But don't worry, the very first season they are a nuisance to her. They do chase her a little bit, but she's not that threatening to them because, well, by the end of the day, she's just minding her business and she's not that active at the time, because the main plot of season 1 is, well, she's trying to, like any newcomer, wants to participate in an upcoming competition on parkour. And you know how it is, as they say, don't meet your heroes. So she meets the person who inspired her to be a parkour art athlete, and as spoilers go, he wasn't very nice about it. Plus, he kind of insults her a little bit, and it actually destroys her morale. Remember, this is a young character, so she definitely takes that quite seriously, and it does affect her. and she does. And when she kept messing up, at some point she gets discouraged, and she actually quits until she meets another famous athlete who actually helps her out and teaches her more about being an athlete. And he helps her regain her confidence with herself. So yeah, he helps her. He's considered the second best athlete out there too. In their time. As for world best, that's a different thing. The city she'll be in is most likely fictional, because I personally don't know that much cities, as most people don't. I don't know. Maybe, then again, I can easily travel, but can't afford that. But I have visited some cities, and I have some ideas on how the buildings are going to. So, wish me luck on the backgrounds, right? Also, I'm thinking to do it mostly as a mini series too. By the way, like they're going to be relatively short and to the point, because a pro tip as well for making comics in general. Well, by the way, yeah, a little ball here to help keeping the hair space from the scalp. By the way, quick tangent. So that way there's volume with the hair, more or less this size. Just make sure there's at least, with your own decision and style, is to add a little ball there so you don't, make the hair look flat. How you add volume to it. So you follow that, follow the curvature. Alright, well anyway, what was I talking about? So, I'm trying to just get something else. Just a mini series of the first arc. I'm thinking several, small pages long. I'm still working on the details on that, but the main idea and the main plot lines there. If anyone has, I guess, ideas for characters as well, I'm more than willing to listen. Maybe a friend or an enemy. Maybe, I don't know. That could be fun, right? Always have a rival. The main idea of a rival for her at the first, season, it's basically her facing her idol with some mafia boys, and girls, going after her for even knowing they exist, or like that she interrupted their deal. Because you know how it is with those gangsters; they don't like it when other people know about it or even find out about it. They probably think that they're sent to disturb their business. And that's always fun. Plus, a lot of the, I don't know why I wanted to do it this way, but I think it's fun. It's always fun. Be chased, I guess, not really. To be honest, no. Okay, quick. However, undo, that's okay. I'm slowly getting it. By the way, in order to make the lines as smooth as possible, it's to do it all in one stroke. That's why I keep repeating over and over again. And some mild adjustments, such as here, and zoom in to the right angle and right here. If you want your lines to look as smooth as possible, you do it in the best you can in one stroke. See how it looks a little rough around right here, compared to right here, where I did do like little flicks, which can be helpful. But really, do your best to do it all in one stroke. That's why I keep going back again and again to get that perfect angle there. And usually they say just leave it, but I like to adjust. I prefer to adjust when I can. And make micro adjustments. Not too massive, or else you'll have to do it all over again. Well, in this case, I have to do it all over again. Okay. However, if the curvature really is that bad, I will erase it and I will redo that part. But I didn't have to in this regard. Right. Go. So yeah, so let me know what anyone thinks about the upcoming miniature comic series, or hopefully animation series of my parkour. Uh, I know it's not unique, but obviously I actually have planned as well two other characters that will show up that have their own storylines. Uh, they're both quite street smart compared to Jenny, who is a kid, but she wants to do good because she does get fed up with all the nonsense. Anyone else, but she's very young though, and she can't take it on herself. Like any plucky adventurous youth, they find the right, they find a group of people, they beat her up. She finds a different group of people, end up being better than the first group she finds, and she teams up with them. That sounds really horrible, huh? I like to duplicate my layers because I don't know, I just can't get over about how nice it looks, and I have to destroy it later. Like right now, this is how you make it look blended. Okay, you erase this part, and then just erase where the hair covers the skull. Get your lasso tool or magic brush or whatever it is you have, and erase it. It's faster sometimes. Also, I made a mistake here, so I'll just do this right here. See? So I should have done in the hair layer, that is okay. Because believe it or not, I'm actually going to merge everything in a little bit. Because if I were to add color right now, it will just spill all over the place, or I'll have to do it by hand, and it'll be that much more work. I do want to mention, I actually tried some chat GPT assistance just to maybe like give me an idea, or like no. Here's the thing: I've actually made this the parkour girl series before chat GPT truly became a thing a few some time ago. But the reason why I'm mentioning it because I decided to try. You know what? Let me see if it can actually help me write my story faster. It was. It's true what they say in one review is that ChatGPT in general makes a very predictable and a very, I guess you can say, happy ending every single time. I didn't really like it. I am more realistic. For example, like, say someone's been training, say, a few months compared to someone who's been training all these years, and they suddenly win. I mean, unlike sumo, because if you've seen that video with Sensei Seth, how he came in second place, and he came in second place twice until his I think this year's final tournament that we know so far, he finally got a gold. But that's because he kept going on and he kept at it. What I'm trying to say is, I didn't really like ChatGPT's ending, or how I wrote the story overall. So I don't think I'm going to keep using that. Maybe I'll use it to help me make some names, because I am not the best at making names, which is why I'm also asking for help for any names and helpful, possible characters that could show up. Like maybe potential love interests that people would like to see. So truth be told, they're all pretty young anyway. Their brains are not there yet. But you'll never know. Maybe some boy will likes her, but can't tell her because he's young too. And kids at that age, in general, before high school, really, and even during high school, they tend to be very shy about these things, and they don't want to handle the rejection of they can't handle being rejected. Who knows? Anyway, like I said, this is a more mature version of her. Maybe I can do. Actually, I will do a younger version of her, Still working on that. Well, I mean, it's not that hard to be honest. But yeah, here she is. I'm gonna merge these two layers, and here is Jenny Ghost. Also, if I want to add more eyelashes, like eyelash power, just thicker. Add the curvature here, like a little bit of a triangle. Make it curve. Nothing over here. And you make this thicker over here. But keep this thinner. And that's how I create a more prominent eye. See, much different. Usually in a lot of realistic, drawings, you add this part right here, or the eye, like this is the lower part of the eye. But that creates. I mean, she doesn't look bad, but I'm very used to the anime-esque way of drawing it. But then again, there's different styles of anime too, so you guys don't quote me on that. But yeah, here she is, Jenny Ghost. Let's do another drawing. But this time my cartoon chibi style. Or my chibi cartoony style. Now, I admit, this style, technically speaking, is still experimental, but it's much more complete than it was before. I am to show you, and using this beautiful face as reference. Okay, here it is. Good. I like to draw the line in the middle. It helps me with the measurement of the entire body. This is where the feet are gonna lay. Would be. Okay, now the division is about right here. I like to make these little lines because, again, it helps me. It helps me a lot. Also, let me know if you can understand me. I'll, work on my speech a little bit more. I am so sorry about my mumbling ways. Still haven't fully mastered the circle, but it's way better than it was before. I still made that mistake. You know what? I'm gonna just leave that as it is. I'll fix that as I go. Plus, I'm gonna do the the popular ankle version. So here is the gesture line. It's gonna be a C. Because after all, there's if not people know, but they you kind of should know by now. There's different gesture lines that a lot of artists use to make more dynamic posing. Besides perspective, the turning, body turning, there's the C curve, the S curve, and technically speaking, there is a straight curve, but it's usually at an angle. But then again, even if it's a straight, there's a hidden S here, or maybe a C there. We put it to the side. Here's two of them. Here is the S, and here is the C. And if you were to put, say, a head, here it is. Punching. So it's punching here. I mean, it's not always like that. It can also be someone jumping forward or whatever. Just a quick idea of what that actually is, So here is a person there. See, here it is. One's running. By the way, the actual S line doesn't always have to end with the foot. It's just the energy of the movement, as you can see here. See? Sorry, that's kind of a badly drawn running pose, but that's the basic idea, as you can see here. And as for these two, Alright, let's think about it. Where is the head? As you can see, this is where the energy is being directed. So let's come up with something. Okay, here we go. Yay. Like a weird jump, maybe. I don't know what's with me in jumping, to be honest, when it comes to these kind of gestures. Could be anything. Maybe I'll get some images and we'll explore the energy of gestures as we go. Here we go. Here is the energy. Here, this person is doing the splits. That's the basic idea of gesture, though of course it's an actual, technically speaking, science behind it, or like there's more to it than just what I've done here. But that's kind of the basic idea of what gesture kind of is. I can do a video on that later with actual image examples. But yeah, anyways, go back to my character right here, to the cartoon style. I actually had where the arm's gonna be. Sometimes they can be in the way, but in most cases they don't. Okay, don't be afraid to rotate the canvas. Here we go. By the way, also again, this is where the pelvis is going to be, where where the butt is going to be, basically where the hips are going to be joining. So usually, when it comes to most like division, is like it's going to be roughly 2/3 ish. I'm talking about ish because it varies, especially since not all torso are the same. It's going to be this much for the torso, which is where the arms, abs, and then the last bit is for like the hips, the joints. A reason why it's designed that way because it may seem that shouldn't this be bigger? Because strictly speaking, I mean, look at any human being, of course, in an appropriate way. It's just how it is, because this is where our lungs are, our stomach, and our glutes. I don't think I'm the right person to explain how the human body is made. Like why it works the way it works. I'm not the best person for that. Here we go. Get the curvature right here. You can see here. Just erase a little bit of this line. I should have put that on a separate layer. Learn from these mistakes. I don't mind, erasing these guidelines because by the end of the day, I mean, it's not bothering me that much. Also, always leave a little bit of space of where the ankles are going to be, like roughly right here. And a lot of people should know this, but I actually kind of didn't, which is kind of embarrassing. But our legs are not fully straight, as you can see. It has a bit of a curvature like this because it goes from right here, right from the knee, curves. That's where your calves are, and your thighs also have a bit of a curvature, like so. So let's find a line for the knees. Again, this is just to assist me on where it should be. Usually roughly halfway, but we're gonna raise a little bit, like right here. We'll do a more dynamic pose some other time, but for now, it's just to get this done. Okay. It's okay to be extremely blocky. It's just to get the idea out first. But really, what's important about this particular style is I get my torso in first. Go. Very, very, very good. but in a good way. Okay. Now, if anyone wants me to, do a video like this, but a voiceover, but I actually read some lines of one of my stories, let me know because I would love to do that as well. I don't mind doing an auditory, voiceover of my actual stories because there's another adventure that involves a girl who loses her memory, and I do mean all of it. Like she doesn't even know how to breathe properly, how to move her limbs. It's like a true blank slate. Because I've seen films where the protagonist has no memory of themselves, but yet they know how to talk the language that the person found them, which is I still find odd. And they happen to know how to know what a door is. It's like, did you say they lost their memory? I mean, I'm not an expert on that either. But clearly, people who lose their memory still remembers what a door is, what a car is. So my story idea is, what if this girl remembers absolutely nothing? Not just her race, who she is. She doesn't even know what a human is. She doesn't know what a hand or an arm is. Like, she is a completely blank slate. She's basically an infant in a more mature body. She doesn't have the body of an infant, but she is going to be at a nice young age, and she wakes up in a world that she has no idea what it is. Because after all, in this other storyline, which is the main storyline that I would like to introduce, basically it's on a different planet. The planet is called Planet Anon, and it's filled with a lot of anthropomorphic animals that has history with the human race, which no longer exists, and she's the last human. And so you have this blank slate girl who's being attacked, who's being hunted down for things that she has no idea. She has zero idea for. She's basically paying for the sins of humanity. And believe me, this poor girl suffers a lot. I'm being vague about her name on purpose because, well, she doesn't even get a name for like a good portion of the story anyway, so might as well not mention it now. But feel free to create some predictions, theories, on what's going to happen in the actual story. But in order to not drive you nuts, let me give you a little bit more information about this story besides the parkour girl one. Because this one is actually a huge project. Technically speaking, I actually wrote it down. Like, I actually have the main outline. It's almost in a book form, but honestly, it has crazy amounts of edits, errors, and over the years as well. Because I've been working on not just this series, but all the others for a long time, and I've had some changes, including what her race actually is. Basically, I can go more over that later, but for now, I was going to keep talking about the story ideas. That's my the main topic of this video is just story ideas about my character Jenny Goes, as well as showing you the art style I'm going to use for my cutouts for my upcoming miniature comic series, and I'm going to just share. Just sharing. Over that a little faster because I'm running out of time. Okay, here we go. To be told, after I discovered, this style of art, I've been kind of seeing similarities, and other people's art. I'm like, whatever. This one, it's still my own. It's something I made, and I like their style, and I would like to learn more how they did it, but I'd rather just keep my own. at this point. I'm exploring too much art styles. By the way, the whole tapping the pencil is still kind of rough, but I like it. It does speed up my workflow when it works. I keep training myself to really master the tap of of my Apple Pencil. I hope they get a Pro soon. You know, like the M4 iPad. I have the M1. Really, really good and decent iPad. Suits my needs fine for now, but I do want to get the M4. A lot of the features are just, they look too good. I'm sorry, it looks way too good. But I can definitely afford to wait. I can't afford it right now because it's way too expensive. But I definitely do want to get one. Okay. Now I also know, technically speaking, I should have been doing the animation exercises like I said I was gonna do, but I don't know. I just kind of want to finish this part of the series, so to speak, you know, and just draw the character like I promised in the previous video. So it's me just keeping my promises. Yeah, I know. Technically speaking, I should draw the close. Oh, who knows? Maybe I can finish it too. I'm pushing myself to go as fast as possible. That's the bad part about having touch screens is that my hand, or my body in general, is naturally more, has a higher temperature. I get hotter much quicker than most people. So right now I kind of push myself to go a little faster. It kind of drives my screen a little nuts, but I rely on the hand gestures, so I can't really just up and just turn that off. I do need it. Look at that! Look at that! It looks good. Okay. But yeah, and that happens more times than I can count. Over right here. Add some. Also, it helps to look. Well, I also look about Procreate as well. A lot of other softwares can do this if you know how to do it. I know for sure Photoshop does this, even though I don't have Photoshop. But I figure out how to do it on Clip Studio. Say I want to see my model, right? I think I displayed this before. Let's do it again. Look right here. So I'm on canvas. Reference. Go up here. Adjust the screen. Zoom it close. And now I have a full view of the entire body real time. So I can also see if the arm is too short or too long, or I'm just not measuring it correctly, because that can happen to digital artists where we're just so zoomed in that we're not looking at the thing that we're looking at, that we're drawing, and the scaling goes off. There we go. I can see I'm doing a pretty good job here. Basic and simple. As much as I like to do anatomy, technically speaking, this doesn't require too much, but I can if I wanted to. See, look at that. Here is the shoulder. Looks great. Go. I'm tapping my eraser and my pencil. If you hear these taps, it's because I'm tapping it. Right now, I'm trying to finish this as fast as possible, and my tapping finger is not doing very well as I hoped. There you go. I managed to do it without lifting my hand off the screen. It works, I think. Yeah. I lose my train of thought too many times. I am so sorry about that. I really do apologize. I'm doing my best to stay on topic and write things down. I will get better over time, so please be patient with me. But yeah, I am working on doing this raw. I'll do a voiceover and then we'll do comparison if you prefer a voiceover of my drawing session or live and raw like right now. In fact, maybe I'm thinking on the animation exercises. Should I do a voiceover of it or should I do it raw, as I'm doing this one? Like do one more raw video with the animation. Before I add anything else, let's finish the leg, the actual like the thighs. Okay, so the actual hip, it's like an upside down triangle, but I know they say it's a heart, and that's very true. But we're talking about like say where the actual thigh connects, it's right here, and the hip goes up here. So really, the thigh is roughly right here. So I'm going to use this to measure it down here. Here is the thigh. This is where the front begins. We cut through here. And here. That's looking okay. Yeah. I'm hoping this style is not too hard to draw. It's feeling like, actually, I'm drawing fairly fast to be fair. So I just need I need a little bit more time to master this. Maybe simplify it a tad more. Right now, I'm adding the line so you can see where the thigh connects, where the waist is. Normally, I kind of would just ignore a lot of this. Here is the crotch area. Again, here it is. Go up here, cut it. You can cut this off if that helps with the drawing. Okay then. I like to zoom. Hi. So long story short, my mic turned off on me. Well, my USB, Bluetooth mic. So I did not know about this until I was editing the video, and I noticed mic change, and also the fact that my iPad Pro mic is better than my $30. Well, actually, it's more like $80. I got it on sale on Amazon. But better than my Bluetooth mic, and I don't know how to feel about that. Quick pause on that while I explain in the video right now that in order to find the hip curvature, it's not the actual hip bone itself, but the joint of the thigh. As you can see there, that's why I'm demonstrating on the video as we speak. Because, well, many people, me included, put the hip curvature too high. But that's not where it goes. It goes where the joint connected to the actual hip bone. And that's how you make a nice, curvy girl. Anywho, so I apologize for the mic change and the fact that I was basically silent for a couple of seconds. Of course, I had no idea. And it's very concerning because now I have to rethink about how I'm going to record the next, future videos. Right now, I'm just using my iPad and talk to you raw. There is no script, as I mentioned either in both in this video and in my previous video. But I enjoy it. I'm just trying out a new style. I don't mind this voiceover either. Well, yeah, that's basically what happened. And to talk about, because I do not remember what I was talking about this in particular part. But long story short, I want to help give some advanced techniques in animation, and because I don't know, when you look up animation exercises, stuff to help you get ahead,
technically speaking, you should pay for that, and there's nothing wrong with that. And of course, I actually bought some courses. That's how you make a living, and that's how you get the best quality service. But at the same time, though, don't you think giving off I mean, why not help someone? Because after all, I don't come from money. I actually had to work a lot for what I have. I needed help with my animations, and I want to get better at it. But I guess we're about to reach the part where I talk about that. I want to give some advanced animation tools, and well, back to me.
I got are always basics, basics, basics. Nothing wrong with basics. In fact, if anything, the basics is what will carry you throughout your career or hobby as an artist. But that's just it. Like, not everyone can go pro, and it gets stressful too. So, and there are plenty of animators and artists that are willing to give you pro tips. But I also want to help people either find them faster, or I can provide those tips here as well. But like I said, at the moment, I'm still a student as well. And at the same time, I also respect all of my instructors. I don't want to steal, like legit, like rip lessons from them. So at that point, it's going to be a personal, a Hollows Inc. version of said technique, so that I can still teach people, but without ripping off my instructors. I do not like that at all. Like, if I were to, like, say, like right now, if I were to do that and someone steals my techniques and my ideas and sell it off as their own, I would be upset. So, respect. I will give respect. In fact, if I do happen to, say, for example, give away a technique, I will give credit to that person. I will not own it. I will announce that this is where I got it from. If you want to learn more, I will encourage you to buy their course to get more from them. If I happen to have the link to their website, I will even provide it. Again, respect. Respect. Always give respect to those who came before you, and as well as after. Because those who came, who's been in the game, who's been there for a long time, they worked hard for what they have. And if someone just steals their skills and sell it as their own without really earning it, dude, that just makes you a horrible person. That's horrible. That's why copyright exists and why it's so severe, because too many people are passing off other people's work as their own, and that is disgusting. If we want to, reduce the copyright and maybe even get YouTube to be more forgiving, we gotta stop stealing from other people. It's okay to want to share techniques that you learn, but just give credit where credit is due. Perfect example is that I know of so far. Of course, there are others like Jazza, but right now I've been watching more of Mark Brunet's videos lately. Is that he also he admits I'm learning, he is learning from a certain artist and will explain what he has learned and give credit to said artist, and he'll encourage anyone to do the same and learn the techniques from the masters. But he also encourages you not to, he also discourages you from absolutely stealing and claiming it as your own. It's a fine line between the two. So it's better if you watch his video, and he'll explain it way better, way better than I can. Also, I don't understand how this leg is looking kind of weird. See, this is a struggle. When you are working with a new style of art and you still don't fully understand how it works. This happens. I can see it right here, that I am completely messing up this leg here, and that's okay. It's part of the learning process. But yeah, I'm hoping to help others get at a higher level, and if they're really that invested, I will also hopefully provide videos like Técnica Pontoa of possible classes that you can purchase, including his own classes, that he provides as well, and just pay for it. I mean, at that point, just pay for it, because I'm pretty sure if you're smart and you sell your skills as an artist or an animator and get a little bit and you save money, you should be able to pay for those classes at that point and get even better. Okay. Also, I forgot one more step. Here it is. Now I know the figure. Technically speaking, when it's this angle, not a lot of people understand this as well, and I still make the mistake even now. But it's like this. A little too much. But yeah, it's like this. So really, the feet should be like that almost. The measurement, of course, I'm not going to keep the measurements there, but this foot needs to be more down. Well, this one's a little bit more up. And that's called perspective. More on that later. Erase those assistant lines because I can. However, if you want to keep those lines, just make another layer and lower the opacity, and you can have them, as long as you want, until you either make a brand new document, or you erase it, or I don't know, whatever you want. More power to you. Oh, I am a little too zoom in, I just realized. I think I made the legs a little bit too long. That happens sometimes, once in a while. I may have to do a small adjustment. Again, it's because the original art style, chibi style that I used to do, it's more it's like that head, but the neck is non-existent, or it does exist. It looks more like this. I'm sorry, doing a really, really rough sketch of what my old version that I used to work with, or I try to work with. It's more or less like this. That's a little too aggressive. Okay, here we go. There you go. You see how rough that is? Is more or less like that. Yes, the head is roughly more like this big. And similar head style to this one, but it's actually more curvature like this. And I had a different version, or the limbs are a little longer, but there's still some restrictions to me because I couldn't really bend the, I don't know, I'm still exploring certain cartoon styles, and it's not working. All you need to know is not working. Okay. I think I got better with my hands because I've been practicing the hands lately from Precious art class. Yeah. Simplified anatomy. I'm not done with the class, but it's fun. I do like it. I just gotta push myself to finish the lessons because, truth be told, I'm not done with the torso, the top part of the body yet. I don't want to reveal how long I've been on the class for, because stuff happens in life. Okay, I'm just going to speed through this hand for now. That's not really important. Again, I should have finished the. And here we go. Here we go. Just erase that. It looks decent, right? It's not the best looking phone in the world. If you're all questioning my drawing, I do not blame you at all. I should really, I don't know, maybe I will do a voiceover where I spend a little bit more time. It will be a little bit speeded up and there will be some skips. But the reason why I also want to do it raw, because I also, if anybody wants to learn as I draw and you want to draw with me, I would love that. You know, it's fun to draw together, you know. Let's just have fun. Bring back the fun. Until YouTube realizes, oh no, you're having too much fun. I'm gonna add more laws saying, add more rules saying you're not allowed to have fun on YouTube. Just like Capcom, you know how when they nerf Chun-Li because she's very fun to play as, and now they nerf her. You love, so for example, at the moment Ryu is really strong right now. He's very fun, so they're gonna nerf him soon. Every time when something's fun, the company doesn't like that and just nerfs it or removes it. Same thing with Ubisoft. Oh, the Assassin games were so fun. Oh, but I don't like that. So I'm going to give you this RPG series where it's super tedious and you have to work really, really hard for very little. Oh, and the world is super, super large, but it's very empty inside. You were having too much fun with the NPCs. Oh, and the NPCs are nerfed too. They don't respond when you point a weapon at them. I'm looking at you, Star Wars Outlaws. How dare you? How dare you, Ubisoft? Anyway, I digress. Sorry. I'm working to make this look more clear. We're fixing the curvature of the foot here, more or less. Again, the leg's a little bit too long. I admit that. I don't know. Maybe I should a bit more half, but I don't know. I have this bad habit of making the legs either too short or too long. But this time the torso actually looks really good, which is very rare for me. I guess I'm improving actual. So, more or less, here is the model. I know I didn't draw this arm, but that's, I'll draw the arm. There we go. There. Now, no more complaining. There you go. Anyway, so more or less, this is the model that I would like to keep working with. Decent size. You can do a lot with this model, and I mean, I did this fairly fast. If I can get better, simplify just a tad more, figure out some shortcuts. Maybe, you know, I don't know. I'm still working on it because I want to use this for animation. You know, but until then, it's just for portraits. Let's see here. Is that another reason why I'm drawing this outline? Because it's a girl model, by the way. It's actually a girl. Drawing that teardrop shape. By the way, because it rests on the chest like so. Okay, here we go. Sorry, I'm doing a lot of rotating because that also helps me see certain angles as well. Certain angles indeed. There you go. There you go. Okay, that's one. Cutting this here. Okay, a little line works too. Oh, where am I? Oh, you see what I mean by over rotate? Though technically speaking, it's more like right there because remember the whole angle thing. More or less right there. So this is fine where it is.
cut this off. I mean, if you don't want to lose that body, which I have this habit, I don't want to because it can be reused, and that's actually not a bad idea. Just put this on a separate layer. Duplicate the base or body layer, and just hide it. I don't know why I didn't do it here now, but again, I'm trying to hurry up. I didn't think that through, and that's okay. Plus, not only that, I can just redraw it. But like I said, it's more like for speed purposes. Like if you want to go a little faster, you can do that. But only if you really are sure. That looks really bad. Let me just fix it a tad more. Enlarge just a bit more. Don't know why I'm not using my reference. What's the whole point of having that there if I'm not using it? Okay. I better add. Actually, I'm going to quick right, but I'm going to merge this so I don't get copyright strikes from YouTube. So I'm going to do this instead. YouTube is funny these days. I don't want this to be demonetized or removed in any way. So I'm going to do a little bit of censoring right now. So I have to already remove it, but yeah, here we go. Let me just quickly do this. There you go. Haha, I'm protected. Not really, I don't know. I'm about to find out. Okay, quick ear. Just a nice basic ear. See, just nothing too fancy. Got through here. Seriously, pencil. I actually saw it switch, but the moment I try to draw, apparently I tap it one more time and it like switches back. That's really annoying. I'm expressing myself on that. Okay, there we go. A little too much. Looking good. Add an outline. Actually, a little more angled. More innocent eyes. Let me just do. There we go. If you want to see that. So sorry if I went silent all of a sudden. I thought we'd done right by now, but I guess I'm not. Now I'm done. Here we are. See, I had a little eyelash here. If you want to add a nose, you can. Here you go. Usually, this model doesn't really have a nose, but again, a YouTuber named Star expresses her own pet peeve about how a lot of artists don't draw noses, and you know what? That spoke to me. So I'm making more of an effort to draw a nose. Don't really know how I did that, but I just did it. There you go. Oh, don't know why I just did, but I did it. I don't always know what I just did. Oh, there's another eyebrow style. There we go. I guess add also what I also sometimes like to do, I also separate this face in general into a separate layer, but I guess I'm combining it just for now. Trim on the layer. Let's add a quick basic hairstyle. Here you go. Okay, here you go. There you go. More or less. It's kind of a bad hairstyle. I am so sorry about that. I just came up with it on the spot. See, look, maybe I should cover that here. So I have a strand right here. See? Right there. You get the idea. This is very bad hatching, by the way. I am so sorry. I just did it just so you can see the model itself. Also, really quickly, does have some knee lines, including the inner elbow. But yeah, basically this is the model, more or less. So yeah, again, thank you so much for being patient with me. I'll just do one more raw video, but with the animation, and I'll do a voiceover, see that improves quality of video. And we'll have two different, video styles. And please let me know which one, once I'm done uploading those videos. Let me know which video style you prefer. I would like feedback. Feedback is always good. And also, if you want me to, practice my, my horrid coloring skills and color this, I'm up for it. I'm definitely up for it. Oh wait, that's true. If you have doubts on my art style, I'm usually pretty decent on anime style / comic style. This is actually, I actually learned comic style and of course anime style, combine the two and make this. So this is pure cartoony / chibi style that I'm still experimenting. As you can see, it's pretty raw, but I see potential in it. I hope that I continue to get better with it. I don't know, I'm still working on it. I think the legs are a bit too realistic, or maybe it's not cartoony enough. I'm still working on it. I think the arms are a little bit too long, to be fair, because technically speaking, it's supposed to be up to here. Where am I on this layer? Okay, cool. So like, it's supposed to be. Oopsies. It's supposed to be smaller to that point. That works. And as for the legs, let me just fix it right now. Might as well. So squish it, but I don't want it to go to freeform. Push it up a little bit, more or less. Don't know how that happened, but it did. See, there's a bit of a difference. Sorry, I'm on a very bad chair. So you just fix those lines a little bit. See, like micro adjustments already make this drawing look better. But yeah, please, if you want me to discuss more about my story, again, I'll do a voiceover. I'll focus solely on the story itself with no interruptions. I'll even give an episode or two. Just let me know. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I'm so sorry for. I know. But yeah, more or less, that's the cartoony style I was talking about. Thank you.